نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa Inshallah, today we are going to talk about verse number 105. The verse says ما يود الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب ولا المشركين أن ينزل عليكم من خير من ربكم والله يختص برحمته من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. So ma over here, or let's just read the first translation. Ma means do not. Yawaddu, like. Allazina, those who. Do not like those who, which disbelieve. The people who disbelieve. They don't like. From where? From min ahlil kitabi. From the people of the book. Walal mushrikina, including the mushrikeen. What don't they like? An yunazzala alaykum min khairim min rabbikum, that there should be sent down to you any good from your Lord. So their wish or their thinking is that they don't like the fact that if any good should come to you. However, wallahu yakhtassu bi rahmatihi man yasha, and Allah chooses for his mercy whom he wills. Why? Wallahu, and Allah is the possessor of the bounty, the great. He is the possessor of the great bounty. So neither those who disbelieve from the people of the book of the scripture nor the polytheist wish that any good should be sent down to you from your Lord. But Allah selects for his mercy whom he wills, and Allah is the possessor of great bounty. जो लोग काफिर हैं, अहले किताब या मुशरिक, वो इस बात को पसंद नहीं करते कि तुम पर तुम्हारे परवरदिगार की तरफ से खैर व बरकत नाजिल हो, और खुदा तो जिसको चाहता है अपनी रहमत के साथ खास कर लेता है, और खुदा बड़े फजल का मालिक है. First thing we usually do, we look at that which ones are the haruf, which one is a noun, and which ones are the verbs, right? So we know that ma is a for negative. When you're making a sentence negative, it's do not, and we will call it a harf. And yawaddu, um, this is a verb. Now, what kind of verb? The alamat mudare is ya, so
Yeah.
it is mudare. Very good, and is yawaddu, and we'll look into the words. Allazina. What is allazina?
Isme Mosula.
Mashallah, isme mausula, right? And kafaru.
Disbelievers, those who don't believe.
Okay, so and min will be
Al-Fijr
arfijar. Ahlil kitabi
is Murakkab Izafi.
murakkab idafi, mashallah. Walal mushrikina, wala is also the negative.
Nafi.
Yes, and mushrikina,
Al-Mushrikina
is it a noun?
Isme Marfa.
It's a marfa, and so it's a noun. Very good. And what status would you think is al mushrikina is?
Is Nasab.
Nasab. Okay, and why is that?
Na.
Okay, so you mean this na?
Yeah.
You're looking at the haraka?
Haraka.
No, because mushrikina is jama or singular?
It's Jama.
Jama. So where do we look for the haraka? In jama or singular?
In if it was Al-Mushri,
okay, let's take this.
Then it will be Rafa.
Okay, let's take an example of Muslimun, right?
Yeah.
Muslimun is singular. Yeah.
Is
so
singular.
what will be the jama of Muslim?
Muslimina.
Muslimuna first, right? Muslimuna. Yeah. Muslimuna is the rafa sound. The rafa
is a Rafa. Muslimuna. Okay.
Muslimuna, right?
Yeah.
And Muslimina will be nasab and jar.
Nasab and jar.
So
Okay.
al mushrikina will be nasab and jar. So you are right that it is nasab, but the reason you gave me was for the rule belongs to the singular nouns. For plural nouns, it's the ending sound. The ina sound is the
Ina sound. Okay.
the nasab sound. Yeah, good job. Okay, so an is mean that. Yunazzala, is it a verb? Anyone? Is yunazzala a verb or a noun?
Verb.
पहले माजी पहले मुदारी
Okay. All right. Alaykum. Who can tell me about alaykum? Brother Kabir, you tell me alaykum. What is that?
So इसमें इस मुरक्कब जारी
Very good. To you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the kum here?
Kum is zamir.
Zamir. Or what kind of zamir? Attach or detach?
attach
Attach. And what is the status of this?
Yeah, jar.
Jar. And why is it jar?
Because it's the murakkab jari.
Murakkab jari. Very good job. Very good. Very good. Okay. Min khairin. Min khairim mir rabbikum. Okay. So, brother Javed, this one, mir rabbikum, or let's talk about this. Min khairin. What is this min khairin?
harf jar.
Okay. Khairin.
Khairin majroor.
Very good. And what about this mir rabbikum? What is this?
Mir rabbikum. Min harf jara. Rabbikum is mazaf alayh.
Jazakallah khair, mashallah, very good job. So you were able to recognize it. This is a mudaf ilayh. So there are a bunch of murakkab jari, and then there is also a combination of murakkab izafi. Okay, Sister Homa, yakhtassu. What is this, a verb or a noun?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
It's a verb, fi'l madari.
Mashallah, mashallah, very good job. Sister Lubna, birahmatihi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Birahmatihi.
Birahmatihi. Jar majroor.
Jar majroor. Very good job. Man yasha.
मन मसूला है, यशा जो है वो वर्ब है.
Verb है. तो ये
Fi'l
sila.
mudari.
This is sila.
Fi'l mudari.
Fi'l mudari, but it's the sila of ism masula.
Ism masula, yes.
Okay, very good job. Thank you. Azim. What is this? Al-Fadl al-Azim.
Al-Fadl al-Azim. This is mudaf ilayh.
Mudaf ilayh. Okay, then you know mudaf cannot have al. Does it have al?
Oh yeah, it has yeah.
Right. Okay. Brother Altaf, what is Fadl al-Azim?
This is murakkab tawsifi.
Murakkab tawsifi. Jazakallah khair. Brother Taj, this is murakkab tawsifi. Look at the translation. The great of the bounty. So there is some, this al-Azim is the adjective of this word al-Fadl. Are they both nouns?
Yeah, both have all, they follow each other.
Yeah. So they are, so as we know, murakkab tawsifi, all four properties of noun has to be similar. So there is marifa. Yeah. Singular, male. Yes. The Arabic grammar here. So ma and yawaddu. So it is a negative fi'l mudari. Negative
Yes.
verbal sentence. Okay. Now,
Yes.
normally what happens with mudari, that what do we expect when we are looking for a negative sentence? La. Yes. Remember, when we're dealing with madi, we have ma is a negative. But when we're dealing with mudari, the negative is normally la. But in certain conditions, ma is also allowed. So if you see this ma before the fi'l mudari, it's okay, it's allowed. Okay. Is allazina, okay, if you look at yawaddu, is this siga number one? So the question is, yawaddu is a verb. So if this is a verb, there must be a file in it. Yes. Now, if it's a siga number one, does it look like a siga number one?
Yes.
Yes. So what are the possibilities in a siga number one? That a outside file can come, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So look what is after yawaddu. Allazina kafaru. Is
This is
allazina? Okay, let's look at together so that we understand. So allazina kafaru, allazina is a isme mausula. So I cannot call it rafa, I cannot call it like a singular noun. So I cannot say allazina is my file. Can I say allazina is my file?
It is a file.
No, it's not the file. Allazina alone is not the file.
Allazina kafaru.
Yes. So it's
yeah.
allazina alone is not
Not
the
yes.
file. What it is that if allazina is mausula, then do we need a sila?
Yes.
Yes, and sila is normally a verbal sentence.
Yes.
Right. So after the allazina, what do you see? Kafaru.
Kafaru.
Yes. So kafaru is also the people who disbelieved. So allazina kafaru will be those who disbelieve. So is the word those who disbelieve sound like a file?
Yes.
Together, the sila and the mausula become the verbal sentence, and that verbal sentence has it together, or is the sila and the isma mausula and the sila together as a group becomes the file for yawaddu. Is everybody clear on that? The allazina kafaru is a sila mausula combination, and that together it is considered the file for yawaddu. Now imagine if I say what is the status of allazina kafaru, what answer would you give it to me? If I'm calling allazina kafaru as my file, then what is the status? Then the status of allazina kafaru will be rafa. Why? Because it is coming in the place of a where it's supposed to be a rafa. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Min is harf-e-jar. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. Ahlil kitabi mudaf mudafun ilayh. Right?
Yes.
So after min, we are looking for an ism majroor, right? But the ism majroor here is not a singular word. It is not like min al masjid or min al bayti. It's basically a compound, ahlil kitab, which is mudaf mudafin ilayh. So this combination of ahlil kitabi is the ism majroor for min. So this whole thing is mutalik for what? Kafaru. The people who disbelieve. What is the condition or what is the definition of these people? Who are these people? From the people of the book. Yeah. Ma yawaddul lazina kafaru min ahlil kitabi. And the next one was walal mushrikina. So is it walal mushrikina is a mawtuf on ahlul kitabi?
Yes.
Right? Because ahlul kitabi and not those who associate partners with Allah. Al-mushrikina. And what are these people wishing or do not wish for you? That is this an also is the ism mausula. So what is the sila for an? Yunazzala alaykum min khairin min rabbikum. So is this alaykum jar majroor as we looked at it already?
Yeah.
And min khairin is jar majroor as we looked already. Mir rabbikum is jar majroor, but rabbikum is mudafin ilayh.
Yes.
Yes. So this one big verbal sentence becomes the sila for the an. And this together, this whole thing becomes the maful bihi for yawaddu. And in the previous version, when we looked at this hal, if you remember, there was something like hal, right? So what is the hal of these people? Like what are they explaining? That these people, kafaru, how do we categorize them? The people including the people of the book and the mushrikeen. What is here yunazzal? Is this majhul? Is this active voice or passive voice? Wallahu. Now this is waw istanafiya because the new sentence starting, and the translation is always and, right? Because waw is and. Is Allah in the status of rafa here?
Yes.
Okay. So is this the mubtada now because is Allah is in the rafa and marifa?
Yes.
So we need a khabar after that.
Yes.
Yes. And a khabar can be a verbal sentence.
Yes.
Yes. So right after that we see yakhtassu. Is yakhtassu a verb?
Verb. Yes.
Yes. And then it is the siga number 1. So there is a huwa in there, and bi rahmatihi is jar majroor, but rahmatihi is the mudaf ilayh,
Mudaf,
correct?
mudaf.
So this is the mutalik. Yes. Yes. Mutalik.
Yes, mutalik, yes.
Huwa is the file, and mutalik is the bi rahmatihi may yasha. Yes. And may yasha is isme mausula, and yasha is the verbal sentence with the huwa as the file. So is that become the sila for man?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the maful bihi for yakhtassu. Who does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses? Who he wills. And the additional detail is with his mercy or for his mercy. Bi rahmatihi, for his mercy, he chooses whoever he wishes. Right? So even though the people who disbelieve, including all three groups, they don't want any good to come to you, but they are not the authority. Authority is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he is the one who chooses whomever he wants for his mercy. And the reason for that is that Allah is Wallahu dhul fadlil azim. So over here, al fadlul azim is sifa mawsuf, right? So murakkab tawsifi. And zu, we have learned in the past that is a special kind of mudaf. Yes. So this zu is mudaf, and al fadlil azimi murakkab tawsifi becomes the mudafun alayh for zu. And is this mubtada again? And is zul fadlil azimi is the khabar?
Yes.
Yes. Because this mudafun alayh can come as a khabar, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody on the same page, guys? Okay, you can
Yes.
okay, good. All right. So what we have learned so far, all the details about there are two nominal sentences like Wallahu dhul fadlil azim, one, and this one also Wallahu yakhtassu bi rahmatihi man yasha. That's also a verbal sentence, and the khabar in this sentence is the verbal sentence, and in the second verbal sentence or the nominal sentence, the khabar was the mudafun alayh. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at the Arabic tool here and look at yawaddu. So this is from the waw, dal, dal. These are the root words. And Urdu में हम इसे कहते हैं चाहते हैं, right? And English में they probably use the word wish or like. So this is from the Babe Samia. So massa yamassu. So wadda yawaddu. So this is mudare. This is what we are looking at in this ayah, yawaddu. Yeah. And it means is like. And over here we said like. But the do not is coming from the ma part. Yes. Where we go? Kafaru, we know what kafaru is, right?
Yes.
It's from kafara. So kafra, kaf, fara, and from bab nasara. So kafara, yakfuru, ukfur, kafirun, makfurun, kufrun. Disbelieve, disbeliever, or they disbelieved. Yeah. What else? Ahl kitab, we know kitab is a noun. Mushrikina is also from the part is the sheen ra kaf, and it's coming from bab if'al, which is aslama yuslimu. So it's basically coming from mushrikun, and the jama of mushrikun is mushrikina. Muslimun, mushrikun. Mushrikun, the jama will be al muslimina. Yeah. Now is this isme zat or is it isme sift?
Sift.
It's a sift. That's why we know that we can get al mushrikina. If it was ism zat, normally for ism zat, when we do the jama is jama mukassar. Right? When you say masjid, you become masajid. When you say kitab, kutub. Because those are the safat, the zati naam, or their original names, right, of those items. Okay. What else would you like to know? Yunazzal is basically from Bab Tafil, and this is the passive voice. Passive voice is known as majhul. Yes. And why majhul? Because over here, they don't want it to be that they said that they should be sent down. We don't know what they meant until we look at min khairim min rabbikum, that this is what they don't want. These are the file of or the naib file, because if you
No,
look at the if you look at that item again, you will see the word naib file somewhere. See, this naib file is min khairin. Alaykum and min rabbikum, this is mutalik, but what is the naib file? They don't want any good to come to you. From where? From your
no.
Lord. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, ji. Yakhtassu. Yakhtassu is also from the root words are kha, sad, and is bab iftial. So this is also the mudare yakhtassu. Yeah. खास कर लेना, खालिस कर लेना, चूज कर लेना कि अल्लाह ताला ही की ये शान है कि वो जिसको चाहता है अपने लिए, अपनी रहमत के लिए चूज कर लेता है. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. मा यवद्दुल लज़ीना कफरू, अहले किताब में से वो लोग जिन्होंने कुफर किया वो नहीं चाहते, और ना मुशरिकीन. ठीक है ना, यहाँ पे और क्लैरिफाई हो गया ब्रदर अल्ताफ, just to make them stand out. So neither those nor the मुशरिकीन, ये कि तुम्हारे रब की तरफ से तुम पर कोई भलाई नाजिल हो. तो माँ जो है नाफिया है, उसका मतलब है नहीं. यवद्दू जो है फेल मुदारे है, वाहिद मुजक्कर गायब. वद्दा यवद्दू मस्दर उसका क्या है? वुद्दन, पसंद करना, चाहना. वो पसंद करता है, और जब ना लगा दिया तो हो जाएगा वो पसंद नहीं करता. कौन पसंद नहीं करता? वो लोग जिन्होंने कुफर किया, और उनमें कौन शामिल है? अहले किताब भी, और कौन लोग? और जो मुशरिकीन है वो भी. ये तीनों ग्रुप नहीं चाहते कि अल्लाह की तरफ से कोई खैर आपकी तरफ आए. ठीक है. So walal mushrikina, wow is harfi ataf, la is nafiya, al mushrikina is the jama of ismul fa'il. If you remember, when we look at mushrikina, and we have gone over this many times, so you understand what ismul fa'il is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because based on this verb, ashraka, the ismul fa'il will be the person who does that act or that action. The ismul fa'il will be mushrikun. Yeah, the same way when we look at abada, then the ismul fa'il is abidun. Yes. Okay, what else are we looking for? Okay, so then we look at this one. और अल्लाह अपनी रहमत के साथ खास कर लेता है जिसको चाहता है. तो लोग कुछ भी चाहते रहें, वो अपनी तरफ से जो मर्जी ख्वाहिश करें, लेकिन अल्लाह वही करता है जो वो चाहता है, और अल्लाह अपनी रहमत के साथ खास कर लेता है जिसको चाहता है. ठीक है ना?
Brother Abid, this yahtus is a similar word as in Urdu mukhtis karna.
जी जी बिल्कुल वहीं से आया, क्योंकि मुख्तिस जो है, अगर आप उसको गौर से देखें दोबारा, तो आपको मुख्तिस मिल जाएगा यहीं पे. ये देखें, इस्मुल फाइल.
Yeah,
ठीक
mukhtis
है ना?
karna.
वो मुख्तिस है और वो मुख्तस है. जिसको खास कर
Right.
लेते हैं वो इसम मफूल बनेगा ना. जो खास करने वाला है वो अल्लाह होगा. इस सेंटेंस में अगर हम देखें तो अल्लाह कौन है? मुख्तिस है. और आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को कौन है? मुख्तस, क्योंकि उनको खास किया ना. और मोमिनीन को, आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम और मोमिनीन मुख्तस हुए, और ख़ास करने वाला कौन है? मुख्तिसुन. सो इस्मुल मफूल और इसम मफूल की अच्छी आपको यहाँ पे पहचान भी होगी. राइट. और अगर आपने किसी को कमांड करना हो कि किसी को ख़ास करो, तो आप कहेंगे इख्तसिस. इख्तसिस. यस, ऐसी कमांड देंगे ना, इख्तसिस.
Right.
जी
फेल अमर.
जी, फेल अमर अगर आपने किसी को. ओके, क्यों अल्लाह ये क्यों अल्लाह ने कहा? क्योंकि अल्लाह के पास ही अल्लाह सबसे बड़ा, और अल्लाह बहुत बड़े फजल वाला है. दिस डॉक्यूमेंट हियर, everybody can see this document?
Yes.
Okay. So what is this? This is sort of a quick review. I want to show you or remind you that how do we know the 6 families of the fail. Yes. So in the verbs we have more than 10 forms. Like we have 10 different patterns of verbs, right? And then the pattern number 1 is fa'ala. Remember, we have spent a lot of time on fa'ala. So
Yes.
when we have fa'ala, that is form number 1. That is a pattern number 1. But in that pattern, we have 6 children of that pattern. And we know them like Bab Nasara, Bab Daraba, Bab Fataha, Bab Samia, and Bab Hasiba, and Bab Karuma. Do you remember those? Long time
Yes.
ago, we talked about it. Now, how do we derive them? We cannot derive them alone. We need to look at them in context of Madi and Mudare. Yeah. So I normally use this, like a marriage example, so that we can understand, because I call them families. You can call them departments, you can call them groups, you can call them patterns, but I use the word families. Okay. So imagine the Madi has 3 sons. Let's say we give sons to Madi. So you know that the sons can be Fa'ala, Fa'ila, and Fa'ula. You know what I mean by that? The Ain Kalima has the Fatha, and the Ain Kalima has the Kasra, and the Ain Kalima has the Dhamma. Do you agree that Madi can have 3 patterns or 3 sons known as Fa'ala, Fa'ila, Fa'ula? Mudare said,
Yes.
I have daughters, and if I give you my daughter Yafalu, and I marry to your son, I could marry one of my daughters to you, to your son Fa'ala, and that will give us a family of Nasara. If they go follow this path, it will be Yafalu, and it will be Bab Nasara. And their children will be known as Nasara Yansuru. Similarly, if I give my daughter Yafilu to Fa'ala, then I will get the result of Bab Daraba. Okay, got it?
Yes.
So with Fa'ala, with the Fatha, there are 3 combinations we can do in Mudare. One with Yaf'alu, one with Yaf'ilu, and one with, this is a typo, this is supposed to be Yaf'ulu. Yeah. So then we get Bab Fataha from there. So 3 families coming out from this combination. But when they comes to the son, which is Fa'ila, the Mudare is only willing to give either the daughter Yaf'alu or Yaf'ala or Yaf'alu or Yaf'ilu. He is not willing to give Yaf'ulu with it. There are 2 possibilities, only the Fatha and the Kasra. And when you have those combination, you get Bab Samia or Bab Hasiba. And when it is the third son, he is only willing to give the daughter which is Yaf'ulu. And that makes Bab Karuma.
Bab Karuma.
Okay. So how do you digest this information? So from mathematically, you will say that Madi has 3 options: Fa'ala, Fa'ila, Fa'ula. So the easiest one is Fa'ula, because the combination it can have with Mudare will be Yaf'ulu, and the only thing we change is we added the Alamat Mudare and we made this Fa'ala into Sukun, which is the pattern of Mudare, because all of them are Sukun. Yaf, 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 and the last letter is always Dhamma, Dhamma, Dhamma. You see, the only thing changing is the Ain Kalima. So with Fa'ala, all 3 possibilities are there for Mudare. It can have a combination of Yaf'alu, Yaf'ilu, and Yaf'ulu. And those convert into 3 families. Bab Nasara, we call them Bab Nasara because these are the popular names given to them. And even in the dictionary, you will find these Noons, Dod, the Fa, the Sin, the Ha, and the Kaf. Yes. So next time when we look at something, when we are looking at this tool, and when we are looking at, for example, we looked at again Yawaddu. You see, what do we need to make this table? We need to know the root words, and then we need to know what is the pattern. So if you look at this document, which family are we looking at? This family. Yes?
Samia.
Yeah, Bab Samia, right? And how did we get that? That from the Madi, we had this pattern, and from the Mudare, we got this pattern. Yeah, and this is how we got Samia. As soon as you know this, then you know that your Madi will be Samia and your Mudare will be Yasma'u. So if you go back to this tool again, you will see Wadda, Yuwaddu. You have basically just substituted these two or these root letters in the Samia pattern. Is that coming back to you guys? How do
Yes.
we got these 6 families? What was the logic behind them? So this is a little bit mathematical, that if Madi has fa'ala, fa'ila, and fa'ula, we know that it cannot have anything other than that. With fa'ala, Mudare is offering 3 possibilities for fa'ala. For fa'ila, Mudare is offering 2 possibilities. For the fa'ula, there is only 1 possibility, and if you do the math, they become 6 patterns. This is a little bit of a clear chart. So you can see fa'ala yafulu is Bab Nasara. Yes? Or did I make a mistake here? So this one, this was the basically the Dhamma, not this one. So Bab Nasara has the Dhamma because there is a Dhamma here. So the typo is here, not here, by the way. Okay. So this is the chart you have to look at. So fa'ala, you can have yaf'ulu, fa'ala yaf'ilu, fa'ala yaf'alu. And that's where you have the Nasara, Daraba, Fataha. And now if you want to change the order, like you saying, then you can take the Fataha up, then this will become Yafalu, and Daraba will become Yafilu, and Nasara will come on this.
Normally, Brother Abid, the
Yeah.
sequence we studied that you taught us earlier, Fatah was coming always number 1.
Okay, that was probably because Fatah was the easiest one, and we
Easiest
always talked
one,
about
yes.
it. But
yeah,
but this is the chart, same thing. It doesn't matter as long
Doesn't
as
matter.
you understand that for Madi, you have Fa'ala, Mudare has all 3 options to you. For Fa'ila, only 2 options. And for Fa'ula, only 1 option. And the easiest one is Fa'ula because it is only going to allow Yaf'ulu.
Yeah.
And this one is the least used in the Quran, I think.
Yeah, very few words.
Yeah, very few words from Karuma. But Nasara, Daraba, Fataha, Sami, Haziba, they are pretty frequent. Yeah. So I hope you like this chart, and maybe you want to keep it in your somewhere, because this will always comes to your
Inshallah.
to your help, right? So Nasara yansuru, Daraba yadribu, Fataha yaftahu, and Fele Amr will be unsur, idrib, ifta. Now what was the rule here? This alif in the beginning is a Hamzatul Wasl. Yes?
Yes.
Remember in the Amr, when we remove the alamat mudare and we make the last letter silent. Yes. So sometime like over here, if there is no alif, you cannot pronounce nun sur because there is a sakina here.
Sakina,
You always use a hamzatul wasl. Now then, what was the second rule? That how do you know what haraka will go on the hamzatul wasl? You look at the ain kalima. If it is dhamma, the hamzatul wasl will always have dhamma. If it is anything other than dhamma, it will always have kasra. You see,
yes.
when there is a fatha, even then the hamzatul wasl has kasra. So the 2 rules you have to remember: if it is dhamma on the ain kalima, hamzatul wasl will be dhamma. In the other cases, it will always be kasra. Got it?
Yes.
So look at this. Ukrumu, because there was the dhamma on the ain kalima, so it got the dhamma on the hamzatul wasl. Kasra, 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 even though there is a fatha and there is a fatha. Is that clear?
Yes.